Hello, this is the extended video of the 6 Days of Darkness series. And previously I've explained that September was a very significant month, even though September is past already, because right now it's October. However, September October can still be seen as September because of the Tishrei relationship of the Jewish calendars of Tishrei. Moved September, that's 9, and October right now 10, and so both of them got Tishrei that runs over to September to October, and therefore the Jewish June equals to Jewish July. So therefore the Jewish June is equal to Jewish July because of the same Tishrei relationship. And to explain this chart, just very simply, the 9 here, like the black numbers, represents the Gregorian months, and the larger letter here, that's the Jewish month. So as the same month together, and then the 1 over here, and the 2 over here, and the 3 over here, and so on. That's counting of January from September, Jewish New Year, the Rosh Hashanah from September last month, and that was the January last month. And so I want to bring some new information I found. I think it's very important to know. October this month is a very significant month, and also can be seen as September. And it's very interesting to see a relationship of 6 and 7. That's as explained before, that's Sivan 67, resembles Sivan 67, that's Enoch's birthday, and also represents from imperfection to perfection in regard to the biochar transformation. And previously I also explained about the revelation of 722, as well as the revelation of 122 as well. And in the past I thought the number 22 just represent the revelation 22, that means the end of the end, because that's the last chapter of Revelation and also the last book of the Bible. But so that's not really that meaning, but also could represent October, because 10 o'clock is also 22 o'clock. And so the 122 was actually actually positioned as to the Jewish month 7. You may ask, why be Jewish month 7? Why not Gregorian July? So the 122 was a hint, because the Gregorian July, back in July this year, that was not the January, and that was not the one, even though it contains the number 7. But here you get the 22, that's 10 o'clock, and back in Gregorian July, like not any 10, and so that's 122 counting from January from September, and I have explained that T3 relationship makes them equal. Like makes October can be seen in September, and it's also in the 722. So even though T3 is Jewish July, and Chishvan would be like Jewish August, but even though Chishvan would be the Jewish August, but both of them are in the October month, and they both point to the 7 o'clock direction, and therefore the Chishvan would be would also be a harvest season in the coming days. And having it in a fall quadrant is not by accident, and that's actually reflecting back to the fall of Genesis. So it's not only like him in a season, but it's also a fall of mankind. And so the boundary, the acceptable boundary from now until the end of the year, why I'm saying that because this year is before the first Pentecost that was on the 24th of May. That was a very significant time frame, and it was very unique because only this year, not next year, not 2017, not 2018, but only this year so far got May 24 Pentecost, and that's echoing back to Genesis 5:24, and that Enoch's who was taken to heaven, who like didn't have to taste death, and it's also in regards to Enoch, the two witnesses will be Enoch and Elijah, and both of them, they went to heaven and without tasting them, and only these two characters who experience this as seen in the scriptures, and therefore these two Enoch and Elijah will be part of the calendars for the upcoming Pentecostal boundary, and definitely Israel is the timepiece, the Jewish calendars that must be incorporated, and therefore that result, 3 calendars whereas can be seen as in a misalignment of them, and therefore can work out a wider boundary based on the Pentecostal dates, which I will explain before. Not only 24th to 25th of May this year, that's the first Pentecost. The same Pentecost this year was on 23rd, 24th of June, and that was a very significant time frame. And I explained before again, 23rd of June this year, it landed on Tamas 6 and Tamas 8 by using the 3 calendars together. And it was very significant. That's actually hinting us about the coming Pentecostal boundary, because Chishvan, that's August, and so that's Tamas 8 still resembles that month, and Tamas 6 still resembles September because of the Jewish June, but September can also October can also be seen as September. And further confirmation, I explained this before, about Lamech back in the book of Genesis, and I pointed out the numbers 6 and 8. So here's the further confirmation to the numbers 6 and 8. Also, I've said that before, but to recap the information about Lamech, there were 2 Lamech in and so counting from Cain, that's 1, Enoch 2, Arad 3, Mehujael 4, Methusael 5, and Lamech 6. And so Seth 1, Enos 2, Canaan 3, Mahalalel 4, Jared 5, Enoch 6, Methuselah 7, and Lamech 8. Lamech is very significant because he died at age 777 years. And therefore he represented, because it's very interesting when seeing very interesting when seeing the how like 9 o'clock is also 21 o'clock, and then like 7 times 3, that's 21. And it's pretty interesting to see the connection between September and the 777. But anyway, there is a significance with the 777 years, and that represents the bride who will walk 3 days glorified before the first call, and that will be the time of 6th seal. So that's connecting back to the number 8, and it's very interesting to see that's confirming the Saint Pentecost June. On June 23rd, that was Thomas 6 and 8. So I think this would be a pretty boundary before the end of December. By counting according to pattern of the 40 days harvest ministry before the ascension of Jesus. That was that should be estimated, and then that would be an approximate boundary. If just found in October would be a time of first calling leaving the 40 days pattern, that would be around a month gap, and that's led on to probably around December, around November or December. That's a perfect boundary, and all within the full quadrant. So why is 122 very significant? Because the transformation chapter in Psalm 18 and 2 Samuel 22, when 22 divided by 18, that's 1.22 and so forth, and that's 122, and 122 explained before is pointing to this month October, and also the 722 is actually the approximate number of pi, and that's by like 22 divided by 7, and that's, and also once again another confirmation to October, because October is also pi when we see Tishrei and Shishvan. The January and February of them, because they have 1 o'clock is also 13 o'clock, and 2 o'clock is also 14 o'clock. And so that's 13 and 14 resembles the pi, the approximate pi number 3.141, and in Hebrew's way that's 14 and 13. And therefore October is a pi month, and that's also echoing back to Genesis chapter 5:23. Explained before, but that's that was related to Enoch's lifespan and where he was transformed at pi. But anyway, 15 o'clock, which is also 3 o'clock, that was around the time that Jesus died. And this year is 2015, and that resembles back to the 15 o'clock. So that of Jesus actually also. The transformation of the bride. So not in the first call, but also the rapture. Explained before about the differences between the barley and wheat brides. But anyway, so let's get into the 3 calendars. So the speculation would be the 23rd of October this month, and so working around the boundary of 23rd to 24th of October. I was thinking about 25th October, but when I was getting to the 153 pattern, that reminded me about like how important that is to look on the number 23 and 24 more than the number 25 at this moment of time. But because the 153 is actually like the 26th of October, that will be on Monday, and 23rd of October, that will be Friday, 21st of October, that will be Wednesday. And that resembles 153 in Hebrew's reading way, where they read backwards. So that perhaps a confirmation of boundary, the 23rd of October to 24th of October. So this is the 3 calendars, including Gregorian calendars. So Jewish, Enoch, and Elijah. And this is the Pentecostal boundary. So not only 23rd to 24th, that echoes back to the 23rd to 24th of June. This year we did St. Pentecost, but actually work out a wide boundary, because if we see Shishvan 9 on 23rd of October, Shishvan 9 will also be on 21st of October. And also on 24th of October, Shishvan 12. That's the maximum boundary, and referring back to 26th of October, that would also be Shishvan 12. And therefore, the 24th of October equals to 26th of October, and therefore we make a wider boundary, a Pentecostal boundary, and that I believe would be the Irish season for this month. So from the 21st of October to the 26th of October. And so explain before the number 153, that was related to 7-Eleven in the scriptures. And 7-Eleven is also a code word for 9/11, because 7 equals to 9. When we see in September that it included Tishrei, July, and so 7-Eleven is also 9/11, and 9/11 also 444, because so now you have like 9, because now you have like 9/11, also 7/11, and like 7, it points to 4 o'clock because in Gregorian July will be like would actually be Jewish April. That was and so 7 can also be seen as 40, and then 11 can also be seen as like 4th, though, because knowing how 7 equals to 1 because Tishrei this month it's the Jewish New Year month, and so that's restarting in January, and that's so that's and also 7/11 can also be seen as 777, and I believe there are many more meanings to the code word for 153, but also pi is also a code word for 9/11, because according to the dual alphabetical numerical chart, and so 9/11, that so that remind me about Genesis 3:20. Even though the 23rd that was the start of fall and September, but spring for the 23rd of October can also be seen as 23rd of September, and that would be a marker according to Genesis 3:20, because Eve was named after the fall by Adam, and Eve is a code word for 6 days of darkness, the 3 shipwrecks, because split before the Eve, according to the dual chart that was showing the 522, and that was the May. It's 22nd May. That was the greatest earthquake historically, and so that actually Eve is actually a code word for the 3 shipwrecks, and that. So that means that 23rd October, that's the marker, but it actually starts on 21st October because the Choose Found 9 is for 2. Choose Found 9 on 23rd October. And therefore the marker would start on 21st October, which would be the manifestation, most possibly like by this marker in forward. And so that was a speculation, but I don't like easily go like put things out without much confirmation, because October is very special. Previously I've explained much confirmation to October, but one more thing, to October is very special month because of the 102 minutes that changed the world through the 9/11 attack, and 102 that resembles October, and the number 2 that's February, and that's specifically pointing to Choose Fun, because Choose Fun is actually February came from Rosh Hashanah from Tishrei, and so therefore this this boundary is very, very important. It's very interesting when trying to reference the rainfall of Jerusalem as inspired by Psalm 7:32 verse 11, and it's very interesting to see that January and February be like the highest rainfall in contrast to other months, and that immediately remind me about October, because October is the Pi month, and January and February that's also Pi, and that's us the echoing back to October, because January and February is like on their way until next year because of the Genesis 5:24 confirmation, but splitting for January and February, that's 13 o'clock, 14 o'clock, and the 3.141. So been looking a bit to Matthew 16, it was talking about it was explaining about the 3 days, the cosmic warning, specifically about the red skies, and that was positioning us into the morning time frame. But just getting that to that before getting to that, I find pretty interesting when I went to Psalm 19 verse 5, and remember like how 19 o'clock is also 7 o'clock, and that's the action of October, and it's pretty interesting to see. Talks about how the bridegroom coming out of his chamber, so I think that's pretty interesting. And also so back in Matthew 16 talked about morning time frame, the morning time frame in verse 3. And in the morning it will be full weather today, for the sky is red and lowering, all ye hypocrites. Ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? And so explaining for that California will be the first place that will be judged, and for the morning time frame, the warning of the morning time frame, probably the boundary from, well, I believe from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. in California. I'm not like explaining about the boundary for the transformation. I'm just explaining about the possible boundary for the start of the cosmic warning, where people would get their warning and therefore get into the homes for safety. But I was trying to target from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. in California's local time, because that will be the time of their waking up. Well, probably generally. Well, so that's a speculation I made, but it was also I'm not sure like if you read Spirit's dreams, but it prophesies about how during the time of the judgment upon California will be around the time of their warning, and specifically of their time when they wake up. And so that was the boundary that I've been thinking. So remember the 3 Pi revelation? It was related to the judgment of gay marriage, and also in relation to the number 9. And so that was from Revelation to this month, October, as a very significant month. And it was possibly the judgment was supposed to be like back in September, but because of the extended grace of God, it's ended up on October as a very significant month. But so the Revelation 9, the 3 pi can also apply to the October because of the Tishri relationship.